You're holding a TC, single man. You'll be okay. Code 4.
Welcome to the Lawndale Safety Zone. My name's Lieutenant John Hocking. I'm assigned to South Los Angeles Sheriff Station, and I'm currently working as the Lawndale Lieutenant. My job responsibilities consist of all law enforcement issues that occur within the City of Lawndale. School safety is one of the top priorities of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Today, I have a sergeant from our Emergency Operations Bureau, Marcia Williams. Welcome, Marcia.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Hi, can you tell me how long have you been on the Sheriff's Department?
I've been on the department for 25 years.
And you currently work at Emergency Operations Bureau?
Yes.
What are some of your job duties as working at the Emergency Operations Bureau?
Well, the Emergency Operations Bureau is an important part of the department because we work with all of the 23 stations within the Sheriff's Department. So anytime there's a critical incident, it could be a natural disaster or fires are fairly common lately, or it could be something like a shooting at a station. We have a lot of resources and we have mobile command posts to go out and assist the station in handling the incident.
Very interesting. Today we're going to discuss a little bit on school safety. I know there's been a variety of shootings throughout the United States at schools, and I just kind of wanted to hear from you. What is the Sheriff's Department's strategy for trying to prevent school shootings from occurring, and how are we going to handle something like that?
Well, the department has been very proactive since the Columbine shooting in 1999. So the department created a policy that says every station will have a school safety plan for each and every school within the Sheriff's Department's jurisdiction. And essentially that school safety plan is a guideline for each deputy that works at that to handle the schools, a guideline on how to handle critical incidents. And it also contains vital information on the school and its location, the location of certain areas within the school, administration buildings, libraries, etc., and how to get to those locations, who to contact, and information on how to get there safely and handle the incident to conclusion successfully.
I know the City of Lawndale has numerous schools within a 2-mile, 2.5 square mile radius. And the City of Lawndale, we have already implemented, all of the schools have completed their school safety plans. And we are looking forward to the next step of the school safety program. And can you tell me what that consists of, the second step?
Sure. Actually, this year, or just in 2013, the Sheriff's Department implemented a supplemental plan to the school safety plan. As I said earlier, the school safety plan started in 1999. Every station has plans for each and every school in their area. This year, what we've done, 2013 into 2014, is we've taken those plans and digitized them and standardized them. So each and every station has the exact same plan, and it is also now going to be available by way of their computers in their cars. So the information that is written down and located in each of those cars in the station's areas are available on the computer instantaneously. So the deputies are able to get the call, start responding, and pull up that information, whether it's an incident that's occurring at the school library or somewhere near the cafeteria. They can pull that information up instantaneously via the mobile digital computer and be able to respond, coordinate assisting units, and respond to the school safely and securely and be able to handle the incident successfully and to conclusion.
I know that would be very useful to a patrol deputy responding to a school incident. How about once the deputy gets to the school, is there any type of inspection prior to a school incident from occurring that the deputy would basically assist the school personnel in conducting?
Well, part of that school safety plan is actually a two-part plan. The first part of the plan is providing basic information by way of the mobile digital computer so they can respond safely to incidents. And proactively and before an incident occurs, the school resource deputy works in conjunction with the school to do an assessment of the safety and security at the school. So essentially the school administrator along with personnel from the station walk the entire interior of the school and the exterior, noting deficiencies like missing lock or gates that don't close correctly or deficient lighting. And they note these things in preparation of trying to increase the security at the school. The school is then advised of the deficiencies, and it could be something as simple as changing a light bulb in the front of the school to increase the lighting and so that the public can see what's going on with the schools. So there are two-part plans: the basic information, which is a survey, which gives that basic information to the first responders. The second part is a little more proactive to try to shore up the security and the safety at the school.
I know when most people see a deputy in a patrol car, either a school resource deputy or a Lawndale deputy, they don't realize the number of resources that deputy brings with them. Can you tell me some of the resources if there was a school violence incident in the city of Lawndale? What does that one deputy in that one patrol car, what do they bring with them? What type of information, what type of other personnel on the sheriff's department?
Well, that one deputy actually has quite a few resources within the department. So if there isn't a critical incident at one of the schools, we have our Aero Bureau that's able to come over with the helicopters. We have emergency services detail. We have our K-9 and SWAT teams that actually also come with that one deputy to handle any kind of incident that might be occurring at the schools. We also have Emergency Operations Bureau. As I said earlier, we come out with special equipment, lighting, command posts in order to, for long-term incidents, we can handle it successfully and work together as a team.
How does all this benefit the citizens of Lawndale and the students of Lawndale?
Well, that basically means that the city has access to all of these resources instantaneously. Anytime those incidents occur, we can call for our Aero unit. Some cities don't have those resources available at hand, but each and every one of our deputies within the Sheriff's Department have the Aero Bureau, have a SWAT team that can respond and handle incidents that are a little more detailed and a bit more dangerous than what the patrol deputy might be able to handle.
And from past school violence incidents, there is always something that law enforcement can learn from those past incidents. And what would you recommend to the community, whether it's a parent of a student, whether it is a student that sees something that's suspicious, school personnel, what could you tell them to ensure something like that does not occur in the city of Lawndale?
Well, we have a lot of people that call into the stations, and they call and not necessarily know exactly what they've seen. Maybe they saw somebody walking down the street, look suspicious, or maybe they were carrying something that was a little strange, and they can't really describe exactly what it is. They can't call and say, I think I saw a burglary. So we do suggest that at any time you see something suspicious or you think is just strange or out of the ordinary, call your local station. The desk personnel are trained, they know how to handle things, and even if you just call in and say, this is what I saw, I'm not really sure what it is, it looked a little strange and I wanted to make sure that you guys knew about it, and they can determine what needs to be done with that bit of information. But whatever you do, call in and they can tell you, okay, we've got it, we'll take care of it from this point on, or we can send our resources to handle it or at least to check it out, but don't hesitate to call.
I know that the Sheriff's Department is very heavy on training. We are always doing training, and we're always doing school violence type training. Recently, we conducted a school violence classroom session. We call it a forum because we talked to school personnel, executives on the school board, where we wanted to hear from them, but we also wanted to tell them what the Sheriff's Department is doing to ensure that their students and the school personnel is safe. It's very beneficial. We learned a lot from it, and I know that the school personnel also learned a lot from it.
We do have annual events that we do in conjunction with the schools, with the school districts, and with also with local business, because everybody's working together to try to continue the safety and security at the school. So the community is involved. It's not just the school, but you have residents that are around the school that also assist in seeing things. So we try to make sure that there's a team effort in keeping the security and safety of the school at a high level.
So it sounds like the key is community-oriented policing. Sheriff's Department working with the community, working with the school, and if any one of those three groups sees anything suspicious, to say something so the Sheriff's Department can go out and investigate it.
Absolutely. It's a team effort.
Well, it sure sounds to me like the Sheriff's Department is ready if any type of school violence incident occurred, through the training, through all the diligent efforts of the personnel, and we are, it's just a positive thing to move forward to prevent any type of school violence incident from happening, because we want to make sure that our students and our children are safe in the schools.
Yes, absolutely. And also there's so many resources that people don't know about sometimes, and they don't know where to turn, but just calling your local station and getting information and describing what you're seeing or what kind of problem you're having can lead to other resources to help you solve the problem.
The Sheriff's Department is really big on training, especially school safety training. Can you tell me something about the active shooter training and the participation from the local Lawndale schools?
Yes, well, part of our training is mandated that we continue to do training annually, and so one of the things that we do is active shooter training. And over the last few years, what we've started to do is include the school in that active shooter training. So instead of the school having their separate drill and are doing active shooter training separately, we've incorporated the two so that we actually get hands-on training with the school and our deputies. So the active shooter training will include the school where they shut down or they shelter in place. We come in and respond as if it was an actual active shooter. The school and the teachers respond by either sheltering in place or evacuating in certain areas, so that if the incident actually occurs, everybody's got a little bit of training. The students are trained just like the earthquake drills and fire drills that they regularly do. So now we're doing it as a team, and everybody gets trained, the school, the students, the administrators, and our deputies at the same time.
And when you refer to active shooter training, basically you're referring to a scenario as if there was a shooter on campus and everybody pretends that that incident is occurring, and it's a hands-on training experience for everybody involved?
Yes, absolutely.
Recently, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, South Los Angeles Station, conducted training for school executives. And the training was classified as a forum. The purpose of the forum was to hear from school officials, and they got to hear from Sheriff's Department officials on how we would handle school safety in the City of Lawndale. I was lucky to speak with Deputy Alamon from our Special Enforcement Bureau, our SWAT team. He was able to show us an armored vehicle that they use for any type of high-risk incident. I'm here today with our SEB Special Enforcement Deputy, Deputy Alamon. And Deputy, can you tell us about this vehicle and basically what your job is? What's your job duties for the City of Lawndale?
Sure. Hello, my name is Daniel Alamon. I work LA County Sheriff's Emergency Services Detail with the Special Enforcement Bureau. As you can tell, this is our armored paramedic vehicle. It is certified in the county as a ALS vehicle. It's armored. We have approximately 4 of them that are maintained in East LA, which is the center of the basin area of LA County. We respond to any type of emergency situations that involve active shooters, hostage barricade suspects, anything in the event where armored vehicle will be needed to extricate any type of patients or victims that need to be transported to the hospital. Also, we support the surrounding cities with their law enforcement, not just in LA County, not just sheriffs, but additional stations within the county of Los Angeles. So as you could tell, it's completely outfitted with everything you would need in a ALS vehicle, from cardiac monitors to IV warmers, blanket warmers. As you could tell, we have satellite capabilities in the event that we have any type of national disaster or anything in the event where our communication systems go down. We can get on a sat phone, we have comms that we could communicate hospitals or our facilities. It also has CBRN capabilities where it's able to detect any type of gases, radiological type gases or whatnot that it's able to detect, anything of that nature. So,
Deputy Alaman, can you tell me about the department's training for school safety, school violence type things? Do you train regularly, or is it monthly, or how do you? Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Lately, as everybody is aware, with the active shooter in the school environment, how do we better prepare our staff? How do we better prepare responding units as far as deputies, firemen, and ourselves? And lately, we've been doing it more so, I'd say, at least once a month or so, that we've been conducting training throughout the county. We've been training with universities, high schools, and we sit down and we talk to the staff and try to give them or explain to them what they anticipate what's going to happen when we arrive and what things that we're going to be looking for, as far as, like, how far are we away from trauma centers, trying to get all that stuff squared away so that we can get our patients or victims to the hospital as soon as possible, because basically that's what they're going to need, is be seen by a trauma surgeon, or they need to be sent to definitive care. So,
and ultimately that provides excellent service to the city of Lawndale and the community of Lawndale.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're here to support, or make things better, so that we're not stuck in a scenario where we're sitting back thinking, oh, this is what we should have done. We want to be proactive and not reactive. So more proactive, more to fine-tune our skills and what we do. So that's all I got for you right there.
Great. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate your help.
You got it.
As you can see, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department have amazing resources to handle school safety incidents. Remember, if you see something, say something. The number at the bottom of your screen is to the Lawndale Service Center. There's trained professionals that can answer your questions on school safety, neighborhood watch, or any other topic you might have a question about. Marcia, thank you very much for joining us today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Join us next time on the Lawndale Safety Zone. Thank you.